Hey Chris, how you doing?
Doing good. Coming in or
I do, because I have a question for you and Stephanie. So I had a May 12th, this has to do with my election record request from 2024.
okay.
So I had a May 12th record request. As you know, somebody requested records for the 2020 election or 2022 election. And I don't know who the person was, but Brian Shrive told them they had to pay $30,000 to get election records.
Mm-hmm.
And so I made the exact same request for the November 2024 because I would have taken it to court on Brian Shrive doing these insane things where he tells people they have to pay tens of thousands of dollars to get public records. So I made the request on May 12th. I followed up on July 18th. I talked to Stephanie about it in the August 18th board meeting where she said she was actually duplicating all the records, unbeknownst to me. And then I brought it up on the September 10th board meeting. The reason why I bring it up here is I asked Stephanie Height at the last meeting, what was the deal with this request? Because what I did is I made a request for the 2024 election records, and I did not get, in May, I haven't got any response, and supposedly they're standing on, Brian Shrive was standing on this, that you have to pay $30,000, but then she told me at the last meeting that she was working on duplicating all the records. And I said, that's a monumental waste of time because the minute Brian Shrive admits that you can't charge for this, I'll drop the request. What's the status of this request? And how can anybody have any confidence in elections when the Board of Elections doesn't produce records for 147 days?
Well, this is a single case here. You can't take a single case and say that.
Yeah, I can.
There's no. Well, you can, but it's not.
Yeah, absolutely can. That's what happens when. It's very logical. Okay, it's very logical that when you see direct evidence, when I push the button, nothing comes out the other end. So I'd be glad to make a record request asking for all of the other election record requests that were fulfilled, because then I can better understand why mine isn't fulfilled, or I can understand better why somebody was told in 2022 that they had to spend $30,000.
Those all are separate questions. I'm not the lead on your request from 5 months ago, but whatever our prosecutor said at the time must have been after some logical thought. That was in 2020.
So Stephanie told me that she was working on this.
Okay.
You said it's not your thing, so can we get her and ask her?
I'll ask if she's available.
Okay.
A few moments later.
Stephanie will tell you what she's got together, or what we have got together.
Okay.
And I did want to take the opportunity to remind people about early voting. Today is.
You can look at the camera.
Yeah, well, sure. Yeah.
When does early voting start today?
Tomorrow.
Tomorrow. Okay.
Today's the close of registration. The boards of election across the state are open until 9 p.m. tonight. You need to update your address or register, and you can also do it up to 11:59 online. And early voting starts tomorrow from 8 to 5 the first week, and then the 13th is a holiday. You're going to give me that?
If you give me that.
Oh yeah, okay. You can do it.
Okay, and then by the way, I appreciate that, and I appreciate you guys. We wouldn't have any, I don't think, interpersonal differences, but not for, in my view, and you won't comment on this, Brian Shrive's bad legal advice that causes things to get gunked up. So, thank you, Chris.
Okay.
A few moments later.
I have the flash drive. The only thing I don't have on this is the DS200 tapes because there's no way to scan those.
So as you know, my request for this was based on Brian Shrive's ridiculously telling somebody that they had to spend $30,000 to get election records. So then you were put in the position of, I guess, fulfilling the request, and I appreciate you doing that, but what a waste of time.
Well, I mean,
and because he doesn't.
That's what we try to do is try to fulfill.
He said in a note on a different matter, almost at the same time as we last talked about how you need to admit your mistakes and the consequences, but he makes you do this. So I appreciate you doing it, but so I got the DSD tapes. I need to look at what it is on this list.
It's like the election day tapes.
Okay, so she got all the records, so here they are. But I just think it's completely absurd. And the key thing is, whoever was stupid monkey 96 that requested the records back in 2022,
We have
who
no
was
idea.
told by Brian Shrive that he had to spend $30,000 to get the records. I have the records for 2024. At how much do I owe you for the memory stick?
They're $10, but
Okay, so $10,
nominal fee.
because they can charge you for things like memory sticks. And then if you're,
Thank you.
you have to give me a receipt
I do
though.
have to give you a
Yeah, you're getting in trouble. All right, Stephanie,
All right.
as I said to Chris, I don't know of any issues I have with you guys, but when you get bad legal advice, you end up doing a lot of work. That's idiotic to show a point. But I will find that, what's the guy that comes to your meetings that says he's the election integrity guy? Calvin Polly or whatever. I'll be like, hey Calvin, I got these. I'll give them to him.
You're sweet, Calvin. I like it.
All right, thank you.